So a lot of people ask me if I can still have a life in pharmacy school, and yes, I make sure I have a life because I'm not trying to go crazy like all them other students stressing out, freaking out. No, that is not my life. Jess and I are not friends. I figured I'd do a video about how to survive your first semester of college because my first semester of pharmacy school was really rough and my first semester of undergrad was rough too. So I figured I'd share with you some stuff that I learned so that way you do not have a rough first semester of college. So here goes. So the first thing that I'll share is get yourself organized. I know I shared this before in one of my other videos, but I really stress this because organization is key to doing well and to surviving your first semester of college. Not just your first semester, but all your years at college. You should be organized with your class assignments and everything, but also organization with your life. Try to set aside time for yourself. So, you know, what I did, or what I eventually did, because I didn't do this the first semester, which is probably why it was such a struggle, but what I eventually did was I made a schedule. So this schedule is pretty much my set life schedule. So it would have all my classes in there, and it also would have the time that I would study. You know, I dedicated certain times to study, on what days. Well, I should have been studying every day, but yeah, on what days and at the times that I was going to do that. Then I even put in free time. This is the time when I could do whatever. I could take a nap, I can watch TV, I can do whatever I want. I set aside time to hang out with friends. Like, I set aside time for everything because it made it a lot easier to manage my time and to do all of that. The next thing that I will say is get involved on campus. I know it's the first semester and you're kind of scared, or you're just like, I don't really know anyone, I don't really know what to do. Honestly, my whole college career turned around when I joined certain campus groups, organizations. That's where I was really able to meet people, socialize, get to know people, make friends. That is what really helped. You can probably just Google your school's website and just type in clubs, organizations, or how to get involved, or something like that. You did. It's so easy nowadays. You just type everything into Google and you're able to find it. So I would definitely search your school's website for different clubs, organizations, see what interests you, you know, and then try it out. No one's saying you have to commit to something by going to one meeting. Absolutely not. But go, see if you like it, see if you're like, oh, this is cool, I can really get involved into this, and go from there. I can promise you that that's how you will meet some of the people that you will eventually call your best friend. Or maybe not. Next thing that I will say is do not burn yourself out. At the end of the day, you are a human being and you cannot do it all. So when you get to points of feeling overwhelmed with your school assignments, or feeling overwhelmed with exams coming up, or just feeling overwhelmed in general, do not freak out because it is okay. Take a step back, go watch some TV, go watch some YouTube, do something, but do not burn out, because I've seen students burn out. They get frustrated, they get angry, and then you get to a point of just wanting to give up. So go to the movies, go to the dining hall with one of your friends, go talk to that person that you want to talk to for however long. Just go do it. The next thing that I'll say for surviving your first semester of college is be bold, be fearless. You can do whatever you want, but do it with confidence, and no one can say anything to you. People might say things to you, but who cares? So what I mean by it is, it's like, if you want to study with some people, walk up to them, hey, like, I noticed you guys are studying for this class that I'm taking. You mind if I join? Like, I really am struggling with so and so and so. Try it out. The worst that they can say is no. And if they say no, oh well. There's so many people in college that you meet one moment and then you see them over and over, then it turns into hi, hi, and then it turns into, oh, that person's coming, let me try to avoid eye contact. It's okay. No one's judging you for it. Here is the opportunity where you can go to a school and be your absolute self. If you struggle throughout high school, if you struggle throughout undergrad and you're starting grad school, here is your chance to be who you know you are, unapologetically. And I want you to go out and to do that. Let me tell y'all, professors, office hours, free peer tutoring are your best friends. Because when you go to office hours, the professor teaches one way. The professor makes the exam so if you go to their office hours, most likely they're going to teach you how they wrote the exam. What I mean by is that if they have certain questions that they made, when you ask a certain question, they're going to explain it in the way that they teach and in the way that they make their exams. So go to office hours, go to office hours, put it in your schedule, do it, and I can promise you, you are going to see like your grades just be amazing. There's also peer tutoring that is offered at a lot of schools. Sign up for that. Students who have taken the class before, they know the tricks, they know the things to do to make the class bearable. So sign up for that. Sometimes they even have their old notes that they can share with you. Do it. It doesn't hurt. If you don't like it, then don't go back. Like, no one's saying you have to commit to anything in college. If anything, that is like the place where you don't need to commit to anything at all except your schoolwork. Like, you need to do that. The next thing that I'll say is my first semester at pharmacy school was really rough because I kind of just stuck to myself. You know, y'all all know all the stuff that I was dealing with. We're not going to go into that. I really stuck to myself, and that really hurt me even more because I would be lonely. I would just sit in my room and just, you know, be bored and just cry and just, it wasn't a good time. So go out, you know, even if you don't know anyone yet, study in a public place, study in the library, or study in the student center, study in the cafe, or do all of that stuff so that way you can, you know, not be isolated to your room and feel like, you know, you don't want to talk. Some days you need that. Some days you do just need to be by yourself. But go out, study somewhere. That change of environment will really help to just, you know, make you feel better, make you happier. So definitely go out and do that. And like I said, be bold and be fearless. Go up to people, say, oh, hey, you know, I'm this and that. Best time you can meet people, the absolute best time I would say is before you take your exam. You know, outside of the exam room, everyone's studying, everyone's freaking out. Go up to someone and be like, oh, like, how are you guys feeling about this exam? And then someone's gonna be like, oh my gosh, I'm not ready, I'm scared, blah, 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 blah. Or some people gonna be like, oh, I feel ready. Don't talk to that person, because then if you don't feel ready, you're gonna be like, oh man. So go up to them, you know, use that time. You know, there's so many times that you can just go to someone and try to make friends. And like I said, you don't need to commit to anything. You like them, you like them, you don't, you don't. Keep it moving. It happens in college more than you would like it to, but it happens. In terms of books, go on Chegg, Amazon, everything. Do not go to the bookstore and buy your books because you will go broke. Seriously. With Chegg, it's beautiful because you can just rent them for a cheaper price, or you can go on Amazon. I pretty much would search around, try to see. Some students will sell their books, so try to go on Facebook and join your school's group. And people, upperclassmen, are usually on there, so people ask questions, so you can get your questions answered, and it's great. So that way you don't have to spend more money than you need to. I would just join the Facebook group overall, like in general. It really helped to kind of put faces to names, try to see people, try to be like, oh, who's that, who's this? And it can really help you to get acquainted with your classmates and really to just, you know, get some information about what it is that you're getting yourself into. And don't be scared. I know it's scary starting your first semester at a new school, a new place, but don't be scared. Like, you got this. You know, you made it this far. You are more than capable of surviving. Most important thing that I would say is pray. You know, spend time with God. Understand that God has brought you this far and he's not going to leave you. My first semester of college was so bad, just socially, and it was so hard, but you know, God turned it around my second semester and I was able to make friends. The best friend that I have right now is the girl that I met my second semester of college. So God will really do it. So when you are feeling low, or when you don't feel like things are going well, then really just reach out to God and allow him to be your comfort and allow him to lead your life. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. You can comment below, or you can email me at behismasterpiece@gmail.com. Add me on Snapchat, y'all, and you will be able to see pretty much almost everything as I go through this journey of pharmacy school, of college, of life, of being a Christian, my faith, everything. So add me on Snapchat and y'all will really know my whole life. I hope this was helpful, and as always, be his masterpiece. Bye.